Hello, guys, gals, non-binary pals. It's me, your host with the most, Dr. John Wolfenstein here, and today we're bringing you another episode of the Seas of Vodari. And all the thing is going wrong.
You'll have to forgive his tone. He's been getting kicked in the nuts by life consistently for the last 5 hours.
Not wrong.
Not wrong. Between
Is the
someone
script
stealing my
gonna be under-
PayPal shit, between all my tech not working, which, by the way, I do apologize if I'm a little stiff. My face tracking's not working properly. Or why? I don't know. Then began to tell ya. Yeah, because that's sound-based.
Yeah, it actually goes off of the microphone for that one.
It's also tracking his eyes.
Nope. Auto blink is a setting.
You're shitting me. That's...
It's necessary. I have glasses, so the non-auto setting really sucks for eye tracking.
Yeah, since we wear glasses, the eye tracking will just constantly have our eyes like spasming out because they can't read through glasses, apparently.
Well, you guys are both completely insane, so that would track for you two.
You're not wrong.
I mean, you know.
Though, funny enough, when I've been messing around with 2D models lately, and for whatever reason, the program that I use for that, VC or something like that, works just fine with glasses. It actually doesn't have as many issues. Like, sometimes it's still like, but it's not as bad.
I mean, okay. I don't mind being 2D, but anyway. Dimensions don't matter.
I'll hook you up.
Yep, dimensions don't matter to a chaos spirit, because I live in all the dimensions. But anyway, I digress. Today's color is purple.
There it is.
Listen, how else are you gonna get purple chicken strips? Ooh, fried chicken sounds good.
Or purple French fries.
I like purple potatoes.
Yes, Byrosh, we know. I forgot, I still have his mini, too.
Yes, I left him there, and specifically so you could use him as you see fit.
Yep, and I have yet to paint him. I'm working on it, though. I'm working on it. I got a bunch of projects going. But
on the bright side, if you ever need to bludgeon someone with a mini, it is the steel one.
This is true. But in any case, welcome. Hope you all are having a good day. Hope life is treating you all a lot better than me. So we're gonna jump into another episode of the Seas of Vodari. Just a quick heads up. Yes, Roan and Grimir are no longer here. Sadly, Roan got a new job, and so her schedule is no longer compatible with this stream. Also, Mr. Grimir's schedule changed, so he is no longer compatible either. Again, they're both doing great.
Let us be entirely clear here. It's not sad that Roan got a job or that Grimir's schedule changed. We're glad that their work is still going good for them. It's just sad they had to leave.
Yes, indeed. But again, we wish them all the best, and if ever they want to come back or can come back due to their schedule changing back, then by all means they will. And in the future, I do plan to stream more of my tabletop games for your viewing enjoyment. So there is a chance that we will, you'll see me and a bunch of other people, playing more D&D, Pathfinder, or whatever other game we happen to be playing. But without further ado, let us jump back into... Oh, one last thing. Hello to my audience on Kick. I have now that Kick has been integrated into Streamlabs and OBS software, I am now streaming live on Kick. So, huzzah.
Ew, Kick.
Whatever. I'll stream. The only reason I don't stream on Instagram is because literally every stream gets banned within the first 10 minutes.
Not wrong.
Sometimes I don't even make it 3, so I mean, I don't give a shit. I'll stream anywhere, damn it. Anywhere I can stream, I will. So,
Preferably into a urinal.
what?
Shut the fuck up, Vex.
See, he got that one.
Anyway. But,
Okay, so you're allowed to make puns and I'm not?
I mean, I don't know.
You tell me to shut the fuck up for my puns, so you're allowed to tell me shut the fuck up. I'm not allowed to tell you shut the fuck up.
You make a fair point. Continue.
Yeah, I was gonna say. But, so, without further ado, back on the high seas of Vodari, our crew of the Vessi's Mercy.
I have to think about that one for a moment.
I mean, it's not, we're not playing Rogue Trader, so it's not the, the SS Get Fucked.
I will never let you live that down, by the way. You let me have that privilege.
I literally named my ship in my Rogue Trader game the SS Get Fucked.
It lives on.
Actually, no, it's the INS Get Fucked, Imperial Navy spaceship. But still.
Well, at least it got an upgrade then.
It is an Imperial Navy ship. But anyway. When last we left off, our crew of the Vessi's Mercy had delivered the gnomes safely home, had gotten a couple weeks of foodstuffs, and had met two interesting individuals. A otterfolk by the name of Tobias Finwhistle, and a tabaxi by the name of She of Cups. Both of whom were fired off of their last ship. May or may not have been entirely She of Cups' fault.
And no, it was not out of a cannon, as far as we are aware.
This is true.
Damn.
Tobias, being a title sorcerer, and also having some levels in mage, well, specifically wizard. I guess I should use proper class descriptions. Also being a wizard of some renown, likely mist walking. However, he is a helmsman, while She of Cups is a bosun, or boatswain, depending on how you choose to pronounce the old tongue. And also, She of Cups is apparently a monk, a drunken master monk. So her and the Pandaren are going to get along great. We love you, Chen Stormstout.
We have a Pandaren on the ship.
I mean,
yeah.
no, but
Maybe someday.
I have written and already designed a Pandaren race for D&D. It's on my Patreon.
Wait.
So, there's that. So, shut your pie hole.
But what if I'm gonna put pie in it?
Well, then, put pie in pie hole.
There's other ways for the pie to enter your body.
Hey, yo.
We're not doing that. Anyway. So. The crew of the Vessi's Mercy was returning to their ship to get ready to set sail to, well, not even to set sail, and not even really sail off. They were simply waiting for Tobias to gather up a cart or a wagon to take them to Vardi proper, as they don't need to sail to get to Vardi. It'll only take about a day of travel to get there.
Probably take twice as long by boat.
No, there's the whole
Depends on the
undocking, docking, all that stuff.
That, and we already paid to be ported here.
For 2 weeks. which leaves lots of recovery time for the ass beating we're about to receive.
Don't spoil the surprise.
Also, as I brought it up and made mention of it, do if you are in my chat, you should find the link to my my Patreon surfacing in all the chats. Those of you who watch on YouTube and other places. So if
And
you,
any of my friends watching.
Yep.
Yay, shared chat.
But
because we all support each other around here.
we certainly try.
Remember, everyone, support the bottom. Emil, we support you.
You know where he is.
No.
You know what you are.
What? No.
We support you.
Shit.
Guarantee if his girlfriend was here, she'd be agreeing with the rest of us.
Girlfriend's in the next room.
But
I'm the one that got top surgery, so why am I the bottom?
Because you're still a
Does he
bottom.
Take it like a bottom.
Fuck.
I was gonna say
Uh-uh.
top or bottom surgery doesn't matter. And again, I still need 3 more monitors. But I need a second graphics card to run that. Anyway. So
I got one laptop.
I know,
got
but
the
you're not
monitor.
doing all I'm doing.
I've got 2 monitors and a laptop.
But anyway. So you guys have the 2 bestial folk, and you guys have successfully stowed away your supplies onto the ship and are ready to let it go, such as it is. Is there any last minute preparations before you get a wagon or cart to take you to Vardi?
Not that I can think of. I got my bow and I got my spear gun both slung around me, so I'm good to shoot.
I make a quick glance over to Skull and I say, no matter what, we are not making me Ouroboros myself if we lose a wheel.
You know, the funny thing is, I never even thought of that. Thanks
God
for the
damn it.
idea.
That was on you.
Yeah, well, I'm still making sure it doesn't happen. If we lose a wheel, I'm slithering away faster than he can keep up on all 8 of his tentacles.
I need a
Holds
drink.
up spear gun with a harpoon on it.
You just see She of Cups, like, looking at her flask. I need more. And she just takes a shot to the head. Are we going now?
Is your companion back with the cart yet?
She points. And sure enough, down at the end of the dock is Tobias, and he's standing on a cart, waving his stick.
Is the cart loaded?
No.
Well, let's load the cart then.
Oh.
I try to find Thok.
Doc just looks.
Oh, there you are, Thok.
Yeah, I was loading vegetables.
When you're finished loading the vegetables, could you help us load the stuff from Zolan?
You mean the tea?
No, not the tea. I mean, the tea will get loaded as well, but we need the important stuff first.
Oh, the cargoes. Yeah.
Thank you.
And he looks. Hey, why is he so far down? That's rude. And he goes and below deck. But no sooner has he said that than Tobias is ordering the the wagon to be pulled further down. And eventually it rests at the end of the gangplank. And as as it's there at the bottom, you guys load up a few. You have to remind me. What was it you had? You had loaded up in Zolen?
Fuck. What is it? From who again?
Pip Cogsgroove. You were delivering a shipment for her to Vardi.
She told us to find somebody that would have a trinket or something like that.
Been a hot minute since we've been there.
No worries.
I believe we were, if I'm not mistaken, transporting a experimental prototype of pips to a buyer in Vardi.
That's right.
If I'm remembering correctly, I have to go back and double check. But
That sounds about right for Pip.
Yeah. And actually, you would be delivering 3. Because I remember now. So there are 3 prototypes of devices that she has made. They're to be stress tested here. She has.
Damn it, thank God for my autistic brain.
She has told you that they are to go to Tabula's trinkets.
Okay, that's where the trinkets came from.
Mm-hmm. It is a Bob's Bits and Oddity shop located in Vardi itself.
What about Bob the Builder?
Baubles.
Scrub with you, man.
But anyway. Also, you are loading up the, what was it, 2 crates of tea?
I have that. I do have.
It was, 2 crates of tea, and was it just finery we had found, or was there actually a crate of it?
It was 1 crate of tea, and the other crate was of linens.
Great.
Yeah, the linens is unmarked, but the tea is marked.
Granted, we never searched through the entirety of the linen box. We just kind of assumed, like, open it up. Oh, that's linens. Put the lid back on.
This is true.
So, I mean, if there is some, like, contraband in there, we don't know about it.
Yeah.
It's probably better that we don't.
Plausible deniability is the best option here.
That there is that.
And I actually look over to Niafta, like, as this is all loading up, I'm looking at Niafta, I'm like, do we have a journal in the glass box?
I have, guess I should probably start writing one if we don't have one.
So, he's referring to the captain's log of the ship that was sunk, which you do have.
Oh yeah.
I'm just asking if you have it on the person or if you left
This is the one that Tiny Sensei is trying to decode, right?
He's already decoded it. It's just a matter of that, there's not a lot of interesting information aside from the last day, which basically said he got attacked by pirates.
I'm just asking if you left it in the captain's quarters or if you have it on your person at the current moment. You can probably leave the glass box. That's not important. We can keep the glass
It should
box.
be on my quarter.
Tiny Sensei will appear and hand you the tome itself, but he nods in agreement with Valor. We'll keep the waterproof box.
Valor gets startled a little bit and he looks down at the Tiny Sensei. He's like, God damn it, you just spawn in?
No, you just have very bad perception.
This is true.
He kind of just raises an eyebrow. I mean, I've been alive for many years at this point, so I don't know that I spawned in anytime recently.
He didn't fall off the boat yesterday for sure.
That's definitely true. You just have the ability to just materialize when we think of things that we need.
No, he just uses his feet and he has intuition.
I mean, I can
What if
teleport.
That is news to me, though it doesn't surprise me.
I mean,
It's just Misty Step, and he turns and he like appears 30 feet away, and he like
I kinda
looks at you with a shrug.
yeah, that tracks.
He then walks back, and he looks to Niafta.
Oh,
Vardi is a good place to learn things that you might need to know. It's also full of people like us. They're called masks.
I see.
I suggest if you're looking for something a little candid, you might start with some of the more interesting groups. Here, and he hands you a little slip of parchment, and on it it reads Vardi Financial Exchange.
Oh.
You're going there. You're gonna find a clerk by the name of Morty.
More.
He say you're here to discuss the oh god, what is Tiny Sensei's actual name? I think I wrote you're here to discuss the Reed Fellow account. He'll know what that means.
The like REE.
Yes, Reed Fellow.
Hmm.
I know you always call me Tiny Sensei, but my name is Cade Reed Fellow.
Oh.
I've been curious about that. Why do we call you Tiny Sensei?
Because I'm tiny and I teach her. And he says, gesturing to the captain.
You?
These are true statements.
Yeah. I've been calling him that forever.
Ever since she started to learn her roguish good nature from me.
I'm gonna be entirely honest, a part of me was just starting to think that was your name.
It is quite alright. I don't mind.
His name is Kate.
After all, the only person who still calls me Cade is Doc, and that's because he can't string the two words Tiny Sensei together. And if he calls me Tiny, and just Tiny, well, even big guys need eyes to see.
You're not wrong, but let's be fair here. Compared to Thok, almost everyone is tiny.
Yeah,
This is
that's
true.
true.
So it does not narrow down the list. At any rate, you're there to discuss the Reed Fellow account. He'll hook you up with someone in the know, and that person will be able to get you access to some of the more interesting things.
Very good.
And he gives you a nod. And just do me a favor and don't besmirch my good name or get it tarnished, because I worked really hard to get a good name around here.
I'm trying not to get in trouble.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And with that, he walks away, letting you go about your business.
Mhm.
Tobias and She of Cups are waiting as the 4 crates are loaded, and there's still room for people to sit on the cart and everything, so it's not like you guys are going to be suffering for space.
I'm sorry, I'm just picturing Skull like suction cupped to the side, just straight out, just like a fucking wing of a plane, just, I'm here.
I mean, fair enough.
That is the only thing that's going through my mind right now, and it's got me dying.
I mean, fair enough. So yeah, you guys go onward to adventure.
Adventure!
It's adventure time. Come on, grab your friends. We're off to travel distant lands.
No,
Anyway.
we were 100% going with either The Hobbit or what was the other one? I forget now.
Hobbit's to Isengard, Chuck and Hobbit's to Isengard. You should know better than to get something that my ADHD can latch onto.
I mean, we should all know it better than a lot of things.
Not wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway, adventure.
Indeed.
Adventure.
And as we get to adventure, we're going to change up the musica.
Musical.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And so, as you guys are taken along the route, it does take you a day of travel, which again you guys are able to do in pretty easy comfort because the individuals driving the cart don't need to stop. Because the road between Valledo and Vardi is well done. Also, you get to the city as the sun is going down. So, yes, it took a full day, but again, it's still easy to navigate. And as you arrive in town, this place is, frankly, it's moving. It is a metropolis. It is definitely got, definitely got a lively air to it. And you're not even sure that many people get sleep in here. What you all know of Vardi and Varaki as a country. Varaki is one of the biggest hubs of commerce in Vodari. You know that there are powerful merchant houses that are just as powerful as the nobility here, if not more so, depending. The ideal moderate climate of Varaki attracts many of the rich and powerful here to build their palatial homes. The houses of Varaki, especially in Vardi itself, are the stuff of dreams. When young commoners dream of getting their big chance to make their fortune, they often include the words, "and get myself one of those big fancy Varaki palaces." It is the gold standard for luxurious living in Vodari. The city itself, of Vardi, the wealthy city of Vardi is blessed with an unrivaled natural harbor, surrounded by some of the most lavish estates in the realm. Giant marble statues standing 20 feet high overlook the ships that come and go. Palm trees and rooftop gardens line the beautiful cobbled streets and canals. Gondolas coast along the winding waterways, with singing pilots at the helm, ferrying their wealthy fares around the city. Vardi is renowned for its many festivals and parties. The running joke is that Vardi invents new holidays just so they can have more excuses to throw extravagant celebrations. In a city whose main religion is the almighty coin, the two gods Fortuna and Scatho have equal sway. And the loudest, longest rivalries usually involve one or both. Revelries, not rivalries. Also, the other thing about Vardi that has kind of wormed its way across the world is that it is the first centralized location and official governing body for the buying, selling, and trading of slivers of ownership in certain businesses called shares. That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. Vardi is where the stock market was invented for the seas of Vodari.
Fucking rich people.
I mean, it's how you get rich. You invest in good businesses. Many of the largest of businesses have these shares. And your guides are simple day workers, and they take you to the place they take you to is a give me a second.
One Mississippi. Keep threatening it. You've only done it once so far.
Mm-hmm. They take you to the Gilded Galleon. It is not to be confused with the Golden Galleon. But the Gilded Galleon is a inn. It's middle of the road in terms of inns and taverns, but again, still has a good reputation. They take you here without direction. You imagine Tobias has probably told them beforehand of where to go and where to bring you guys. And as you arrive, he pays them. They unload the cargo into a kind of holding cell that this inn has attached to it, which you notice is pretty common. Like, again, it's not surprising that lots of trade happens here because everybody seems ready to, do commerce. And as you all disembark, Tobias looks to you all. The galleon here is where we shall stay. Tomorrow I will bring you to my our, he says, gesturing to she, boss, and hopefully you guys can conduct business.
How much time is left in the day at this current point in time?
About an hour.
An hour left of, I'm assuming that's before shops close for the evening?
Yes.
Or is it like 11 at night?
No, it's an hour before, like, the sun is, like, completely gone out of the sky, and you're not even seeing the, like, little bits of yellow as it's gone over the horizon, and people close up shop for the day. Well, at least some of the later shops.
Mm-hmm.
If it be all right with you, would you allow me leave to go and make contact with the House Tea Leaf on your behalf?
Are you planning to go by yourself?
I mean, if I don't come back, you'll find somebody wearing me as a belt.
The idea is to prevent that.
I think I'll be fine.
Okay, if you think you'll be fine, then go.
I'll just make contact with them and see if I can arrange a meeting for them to collect their merchandise.
Okay.
I shouldn't be too long. 2 hours tops.
Okay, and I guess in the meantime we will just wait for what you have to say, what you find out, what arrangements you make, perhaps.
Shouldn't take me too long.
Yeah, I mean, if it's just going to take a couple hours, then it should be fine. We can just wait.
They may ask for proof, so would it be alright if I take the captain's log with me?
Yes.
That should make things easier and also allow me to keep my skin.
Hmm.
And I slither away, slither.
Right.
Well, Captain, I'm going to tail him because as much as the big lug can handle himself, he's a giant snake. He's too easy of a mark for any thieves.
Mm.
Don't have pockets! I don't wear pants!
You say that like it's gonna stop a thief from taking things from you.
I was gonna say. Hydrate.
Besides, it just means I get to sit back, hide, and if something actually tries to start a fight, I can shoot it in the face.
Well, you really do want to use that harpoon gun.
Yes, I do.
He just spent money on it, so.
Listen,
Mhm.
I've taken all of the extra rope I have, and I'm just got it all tied together, so I have about 60 feet worth of rope that I can, if I stab something with a harpoon gun, I can just start yanking it in. And if I don't use the harpoon, I have these little, just sharp shafts that'll just go straight through someone's eye socket.
It's so very impractical.
Man's over here planning to go people fishing.
Yes, I am. Turn of the tide. But yeah, no, that's my plan. I'm going to very subtly tag along from a distance.
All right. Scram. Yafta.
No.
As the two of you
Ah.
are guided inside, the atmosphere changes once again. And let's see here. I have a fun one.
Uh-oh. DM saying a fun one can mean many things.
I meant
believe
music.
He's referring to, I think he was referring to the Irish jig that he's playing now. Although that might be cultural appropriation, this could very well just be a Celtic jig.
Yeah, different generations. I mean, for all we know, it could just be a jig.
Isn't that like that Master of the Dance or something like American, and he was supposed to be like an Irish icon?
I believe so.
I couldn't begin to tell you. Although I think there's like a master of the river dance called Michael Flatley, and most Irishmen want him gone. So, but anyway, I digress. So inside the Gilded Galleon, you can see people. There is a small tavern, like kind of bar area. Not as big as a full proper tavern. Most of the people here are simply down here listening to a couple of bards who have taken up residence in a corner. You can see lots of chairs, lots of people talking, lots of people like leaning in, whispering. Clearly this is a place, this is basically like, it's like the hotel lobby, because there's lots of people discussing business here. There's lots of people just kind of relaxing. There's there is the bar area where you can see people are having a quick meal and having a couple stiff drinks. All in all, it's pretty normal. And the gentleman behind the counter is a half-elf. His slightly bluish skin gives away his lineage as he looks down at Tobias. Wrong button. Tobias hands him some coins, and then, of course, Tobias is handed a few keys. Tobias then walks over to Niafta and Scram. I wasn't sure how you wanted to divide up the rooms, so I simply rented out a room for you and the child, and then the other two can share a room. She and I will be sharing a room as well, he says, handing over 2 keys.
That will be fine. It should work.
Excellent. Well then,
Congratulations, Scram. You've been adopted by Niafta.
I mean,
Wild.
Hooray!
Scram
Hooray.
has more or less been adopted by the whole, ship.
Yeah.
But anyway, Tobias kind of looks to Chi as she's already like slowly weaving towards the bar, and he just, I will keep an eye on my companion, and we will see you in the morning.
Will do.
And he follows after her as she, falls onto a stool and like sinks her claws in to keep from spilling off the other way. And she's just, barkeep, all of it. And the poor dwarf behind the bar just like looks at her, and she goes, yes, all of it. And he tilts his head. All the whiskey. Let's start there. Fine. We'll start there. All the whiskey. And she places a coin purse that is jingling loudly. And Tobias just, wine. 1 glass, please.
By the end of it, he's gonna have like 10.
That's if she doesn't drink it first.
She'll probably drink it first.
Right. But anyway, so that's what they're doing. Niafta, Scram, you guys head up to your room. I take it, unless there's something else you wanted to do in the tavern or go see in the city, which again, your choice.
I'm curious about what the room looks like.
Miss Niafta.
Yeah?
Okay. Heading up to the room.
Mhm.
Cool. So as you head up to the room, again, this is middle of the road in terms of accommodations. The room itself has 2 double beds, so it's at least, not twin cots. These particular
It's
beds
already an upside.
These particular beds seem to be stuffed with a combination of wool and straw. So you can feel that there's straw underneath the padding that is wool. And apparently are a little comfortable. The bedding is clean, devoid of holes, and it smells clean in the room. There are 3 or 4 candles, one on a vanity desk that has a mirror and a small stool where somebody can put up, a book and some ink and, use it like a proper desk, or where a fine woman can use it to apply makeup and, tend to her morning ablutions. There are 2 basins of water, one near each bed. There is also a flagon with clean water in it. And the window outside is overlooking a rooftop garden of the home that's nearby. So all in all, it is a pretty sight to see.
Yeah.
And it is currently pretty quiet outside, though you can see the beginnings of decorations being as you're looking down at the rooftop garden. You can see hanging lanterns. You can see bits of colored glass that are oddly shaped. Some are shaped like animals, some are shaped like what's the word I'm looking for? Astronomical signs? Astrological signs?
There
One
it
of
is.
the 2. like the sun, the moon, some stars, that type of deal. You can also see some that are simple discs of like yellow glass, which clearly are coins. But again, they look very pretty in the garden, kind of decorating it. Some kind of festival's getting ready to kick off.
You're roboting something fierce, Niafta.
Huh?
You're
Oh, there
roboting
it
something
went.
fierce.
I'm roboting.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out and sounding a little metallic. Just try to disconnect
it
and then
fixed?
reconnect. Ow. Jeez. Alright. But
Am I back?
but so you guys are. Whoop.
You killed her.
Hello.
Right. Phenomenal.
Fantastic. So, this is what you guys, have to be. The bedding is also like gold in color, clearly dyed. But again, very comfortable. The comfiest beds you've been in a while.
Oh, nice.
I mean, your captain's bed is nice, Niafta, but I mean, again, it's not luxury.
This
This
is
is luxury to me.
up
True,
to me too.
true, Scram. This is one of the nicest places you have ever been in.
Oh my gosh.
Is it so comfy? It is so fluffy. It is soft and nice and cuddly.
I'm sorry, I can't really Scram's voice that much.
It's all good.
Translation: He is recovering from a cold.
I'm recovering from the nasty cold. I slept for 52 hours.
Well,
God, that sounds so nice.
I know, right? What I wouldn't give.
I mean, I have a staycation coming up in April, and I'm not doing anything. Like, I'm not even. I'll probably stream Vodari, but that's about it. I might stream other things, but still. Anyway, but you guys are able to settle in and relax. Meanwhile, Niafta, you would be able to leave the second key to the other room with the front desk, describing Skull and Valor, so they can be given the key to their room.
How would you? How would I have to hear this? How would Niafta describe Skull and Valor?
Octopus man and snake man.
Shh.
Exactly that.
Like,
Great.
it doesn't have to be that complicated.
Just the first pair of Octopus Man and Snake Man who comes in, give the key to them.
Like if you see an octopus and a snake, it's them.
The half CL will take the key and nod his head. Meanwhile, on the streets, Skull, please roll me a stealth check.
Yes, sir. And thanks to camouflage, I get advantage.
All right. Valor, you're slithering along. You can tell somebody's getting ready for a party, and you can tell that this party is going to be like big, because there is like a lot of flyers and streamers and all kinds of things going on.
That's a lot of shit.
And
Party pooper.
every party needs a pooper, and I'm glad it's you. But you see that in one of the I love it. Hold on. I just found art for somebody that I need to have art for. I'm super excited. But anyway. So, as you're moving about, you can see there is a particular... You get to a kind of courtyard, and you can see a ton of people like moving and getting things ready. More like a town square rather than a courtyard. I'm sorry, words are hard today. And what you're able to see is a bunch of people are approaching a particular individual, dressed as a bard, and also dressed as kind of like a court jester with the different colors and different styles of motley. She seems to be like directing people, like doing a kind of like plan for it. And she's kind of smiling as she's gesturing people to go this way and that way and do certain things. As she's directing people, you can see that they're going about doing what they need to for her, and then just returning and coming back to report their success or failure. But you do see that in this there is a sign that reads House Tea Leaf Trading Branch, and it has a direction.
Well, I have one of two options. I can go and talk to the red herring of an NPC, or I could follow the sign. So I'm gonna follow the sign.
All right.
Just to make my life easier.
Sure. And you you're able to follow the sign, and thankfully it doesn't open up your eyes, because I mean, it'd be really hard to see a sign that you didn't already look at. And, your eyes were fucking closed like a fucking lunatic. But, references to things be references to things. Anyway, you arrive at it reads House Tea Leaf Trading Company branch. Again, you're not sure why it's a branch. But then again, perhaps they keep the main building and the main warehouse somewhere else. Honestly, you're not 100% sure. But it does still read open. Like, the sign does still read open.
I guess I'll slither inside.
As you do,
here we go.
there is a tiefling. Blue skin. She is sitting at the desk, or at a desk rather. Though it is essentially the front counter, but she's sitting there and she's scribbling some notes in a fat book. Like, this is the Book of Grudges from Total War Warhammer edition, that the dwarves have as she's just scribbling down things. And she like barely glances up. Welcome to the Tea Leaf Trading Branch. I am Rosemia Tea Leaf. How may I assist you?
I kind of put the captain's log on the desk in front of her and kind of slide it forward. I need to speak to whoever's in charge of this branch.
She looks up and then looks at the captain's log and then looks at you. One question. How did you obtain this?
It was recovered from a sunken vessel.
Roll me a... Give me 1 second.
You should have brought someone.
You see
Should have
her
brought someone.
tap a quick set of 3 notes on the desk. And she's like, speak the truth now. Did you sink that ship?
No.
I need you to make a charisma save. You can willingly fail it.
I willingly fail it.
As you do, you are aware that you are within a zone of truth spell that has just been cast.
And I answer truthfully, no, I did not sink that ship.
She looks at you and she nods. She then flicks a little crystal bell that is on the desk, and you hear the ping as it easily travels throughout the whole building. In a matter of moments, a door opens, and in steps another individual. And I think this particular individual has their own handout. Let me double check.
And their own artwork, I'm assuming.
They just might. I need to actually... Indeed, because she is a character in the actual setting, and is important enough to warrant artwork on one of the pages. If I remember correctly.
That's cool.
I love the artwork from this book. I wish there was more of it. Here we go. Okay, fine. Wanna be that way? I'll be that way.
Yep.
You see a woman exit from a nearby door, and she looks to you, Valor. You will be talking to me. I am Lang Tea Leaf, she says as she steps out, a few globules of water kind of dripping from her fingers. Miss
Valor
Lang
will
Tea
actually
Leaf.
Valor will kind of actually like take off his hat and kind of like lightly bow his head. Courtesy isn't lost on Valor.
She actually like blinks. She's not wearing a hat because she is indoors and was working, but she gives you a bow and gestures this way. And as you
Valor follows.
as you enter the room, it is clearly an office like space. She kind of closes the door and makes her way behind the massive, like, ornate desk. And as she sits down, she looks to you. Well, I must say that this was unexpected, but not unwelcome. My day has been dreadfully boring. A pleasure to meet you. I am Lang Tea Leaf, the head of House Tea Leaf. You caught me on one of my infrequent shore leaves.
My name is Valor Wakewalker. first mate to the Vessi's Mercy. We just docked at Bolito. I think I pronounced that right.
Yeah. I see. And you have a book, a captain's log, of a captain in my employ. What happened to them?
Based on what we've discerned from this book, they perished.
Quite the interesting conundrum I have. Though, you did pass the test and you weren't telling the truth. Otherwise,
I'm an Oath of Discovery Paladin. It is within my tenets to never lie.
The path of the discoverer. There are many of you, though I must admit I have not met many, personally, myself.
We tend to get around.
Indeed. Well, I welcome you, but this is disturbing. And she, looks at the, she looks at the book and kind of flips it open. You see she, lets her fingers dance and the pages turn until she gets to the final entry. She reads it over in a matter of seconds, and she nods. I see. Very unfortunate. Well. I suppose there's nothing to be done, but I will thank you and you said you're the first mate of the Vessi's Mercy. So your captain is in town somewhere?
She will be at the Gilded Galleon. As will 2 crates of merchandise that we found amongst the wreckage. We were hoping to return them to you, as they do not belong to us.
And what's in these crates?
From what we have learned, 1 crate holds tea, the other holds linens. We have not looked any further into the contents of these crates other than the first layer.
She smiles. And she nods. Fair enough. A crate full of tea is not an insubstantial value, and the linens, depending on what it is, will be just as important. We don't ship many linens, but what linens we are shipping are usually high quality. I will be sure to send my, I guess you could call him a acquirer or an acquisition expert, but I will send him to the Gilded Galleon in the morning. And she kind of leans back. So, you discovered this ship had been attacked by pirates, it had been sunk, and you were looking and combing the shipwrecks. Technically speaking, you have legal precedent to keep everything that you found. After all, sunken ships, plunder, and goods are considered lost or forgotten property, and thus are capable of being reclaimed, even should you find an owner. They technically belong to you. Why bring this back home?
My captain and myself, as well as our quartermaster, believe it would be more pertinent to be in the good books of House Tea Leaf, as it would be quite beneficial to us to form what would be qualified as an alliance with one of the more substantial, actually, if not the most substantial, merchant guild in the seas of Vodari.
I must say, flattery is quite reticent on your lips, and I don't mind it. Though I am not one to be bought with mere words. Still, you did bring me something valuable. You know how much one of my crates full of tea bricks is worth?
No. Not much of a tea guy myself.
Fair enough. For the lowest of House Tea Leaf, a single crate will net you 2,000 gold pieces in profit. should you sell it, even wholesale, you can sell it for that. Should you piecemeal the bricks of tea, you're looking at probably triple to even quadruple that number if you're miserly and shisty with how you price it. But even still, House Tea Leaf deals in the best. As for
So
the
what you're
linens,
telling me is one of our crewmates inadvertently bit into a brick worth about 200 gold pieces.
oh, I'm perfectly happy to let one brick go and call it a wash. After all, I did not expect anything of this ship's cargo to remain, so I'll call it a win. And that brick can stay with you.
I believe it's currently already passed through the digestive system of our orc companion.
Strong stomach.
I'd say so. The guy can literally eat a brick.
I've heard of those orcs. I thought they had long since died off. I'm happy to see that I was wrong.
We're happy to know that you were wrong.
At any rate,
He's a very valuable crew member.
excellent. At any rate, you definitely have earned a bit of favor. After all, coin here in Baraki is worth plenty. Much more than just the monetary value, giving business to someone is worth social currency as well. House Tea Leaf is happy to have people who are upstanding and, frankly, are willing to cut their own bottom dollar for the good of the house. And she quickly, she reaches into a drawer and pulls out a bag and drops it on the table. For your troubles, I will not let you lose out entirely on this deal. The linens I'll have to inspect before I give you a proper finder's fee for returning and locating them. However, should you have a desire to work for House Tea Leaf, or to do business with House Tea Leaf, rather, in the future, I see no reason we cannot. House Tea Leaf and I have many interests of our own, and many things that we could definitely use a crew of, I imagine let me put it bluntly, I imagine you're pirates yourselves, but with letters of marque, so you're more properly known as privateers.
This is correct.
Well, if you have any desire to do honorable trade work, or if you have need of adventure and privateering, I have many different, shall we say, tasks that can be accomplished. My only stipulation is that if you do business with the other houses, you never take jobs or business that is in direct contradiction to House Tea Leaf. And as privateers, when the little kerfuffles between the houses rise, you keep out of it.
Yeah.
These are acceptable terms. I will pass them along to my captain.
Excellent. I look forward to meeting your captain should the interest in doing business rise. I will be in port for the next 10 days. The festival of frivolity is going to start in the next 2 days, and I must admit I've always am rather fond of this festival. It is a time where bards, fools, and jongleurs, and all sorts of performing folk get together and perform one big running show for the city for about 3 days. Lots of coin changes hands, lots of fun to be had.
Oh, it sounds interesting.
Indeed, the party planner is world-renowned.
May I propose a meeting for my captain then?
When?
Should the linens be up to your personal standards, we are currently dealing with our own personal business tomorrow morning, but tomorrow evening or the day after, should you be around prior to the festival of which you would like to take part, we will more than likely be staying at the Gilded Galleon.
She looks at another section of her desk, and you can tell it's like a calendar. And she nods. I will be free tomorrow evening. I will meet with your captain, and we can discuss potential future business. Very well. If that's all for the evening, I bid you good evening.
I'll take my leave then.
She nods, and again, she gestures to the coin purse.
I'll grab it and I'm not gonna just weigh it in my hand in front of her. I'm just gonna grab it, bow my head towards her, and slither out as if nothing had happened.
And she leans back in her chair, and you can see her like practically doing figures in her head, as she's sitting here thinking about the new stuff that she's gotten.
Money is money, and money talks.
Indeed. Skull. You found a couple of places to sit and kind of observe. And as you're sitting there, though, what is your passive perception again? I'm sorry.
18.
You do sense someone kind of alight near you. And you hear a click of what you're assuming is a crossbow. After all, you don't want to create a loud, like, gunshot in a place like this. And you just hear a, don't move, and state your business quietly and calmly.
I'm going to assume an assassin of tea leaf meant to guard. The snake that went in is my crewmate, and he's rather oblivious in my own opinion. I wanted to make sure no one robbed him on the way here or back.
Ah, yes, he was of some interest, slithering through the streets without a care in the world. Seems he is confident in his own abilities.
Paladins are like that.
Damn right we are.
Well,
That's why a good hunter needs to be on their back.
you hear the soft click as the crossbow disengages. You may turn around and face me.
I'll turn to look. Very, keeping my spear gun down.
Fair enough. In this particular instance, you see
Please hold while our
Hunting.
while our DM suffers technical difficulties.
nope, I just needed to upload the
God
art
damn
and
it.
muted myself for burping because been drinking Dr. Pepper.
I just downed a 2-liter Dr. Pepper myself.
Anyway, there's the assassin in question.
Isn't that from the new Assassin's Creed game?
Shadows? No. I have too much I have too much self-respect to be dealing with that game. Also, yes, that is a jab at Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed Shadows. Fuck the both of them.
Should have stopped after fucking Revelations.
Frankly, should have stopped after Black Flag.
Yeah, well, we know how capitalism is.
Yep.
They're gonna milk that cow until there's nothing left but bones.
Well, they got there. But anyway, she again, you see the crossbow is actually like mounted on her wrist. You can see the little, you can see that she's folded up the, you can see that it's like folded and she's folded the arms in. And she just looks. Very well.
That's a neat toy.
Indeed. A standard issue for my particular line of work. But so long as you are no problem, then I suppose I have no reason to poke you full of holes.
Though a good fight does sound great, does sound like a grand time. I'm too tired to deal with one.
She, shakes her head. I'm not here to fight. I'm here as a guard. Frankly, if I can avoid fighting altogether, I will.
Oh, thank the lords for kindred spirits.
She-
Oh well, at least we all have our own ways of making money, eh?
Indeed. Though I would be careful in the city. I am not one of the more normal specimens of roguery. There are the scoundrels in the masks who walk these streets. Many of them are employed by one merchant house or another. But what is important is that you remember that just because you're defending yourself doesn't mean that it's going to be taken kindly to.
Defense is only true to defense when it's in your own favors.
Indeed. And House Hemlock is always looking for, well, new business in that regard. Though frankly, House Kawani is not too far behind. Even so, it is what it is. If you're ever in need, though, and she does, reach into her cloak and pull out a card, it's a simple, square of paper, and it just has a address on it. An address here in Vardi, so basically directions. She hands it to you. If you are in need of someone of my particular services and skills, go to this location and present this card to the person at the door. They will connect you to the house.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And I can assure you that once you have a contract, that contract will be followed to the letter, no matter what.
An enforcer's day never ends.
And unlike your typical enforcers, the house has never broken their contract. Some people have even died defending their client from another of the house, but again, those are the contracts.
I feel like I'm going to like it here in Vardi.
That's not bad, as far as things go. And with that, she gives you a bow of her head and walks over to the edge of the building and jumps to the next one. As she lets you leave, and you hear the door open down below, and you look and see,
The long boy slithering away.
Yep. And you are able to give chase and follow after him. Just go ahead and roll me another stealth check.
One.
Stealth. Advantage.
I actually think that my passive beats that. It doesn't.
What's your passive?
10.
Well,
I'm a little shaken up after having another of my ilk appear and have a weapon to my head.
but you're able to make your way back to the Gilded Galleon with no issues and follow Valor with no problem. He has no idea you're there.
Towards the end of our journey, I want to sneak up on him and try to steal the money pouch.
Sure.
Why?
At that point, I do want to roll perception to make sure that doesn't happen.
Ah,
He
can't be-
was just as proof that it can happen.
All right, so perception versus sleight of hand.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. So he enters the gilded. He's about to enter the door for the gilded galleon. You just quietly lift the coin purse.
Well, which coin purse does he take?
Mm.
The
Is that the
heaviest
current-
one on you, which I'm guessing would be the new one.
Good question.
Mm.
I never actually checked what was in the coin purse.
No, he is right though. It would definitely be the newest one.
God damn. Fucking walking around with a bunch of money.
Mm. And as you enter the gilded galleon, you may follow in after him, Skull.
Yep.
And Valor, you see She of Cups and Tobias at the bar. And She of Cups has about a dozen bottles just empty in front of her. And Tobias has like one cup, one glass rather, just kind of empty and sitting next to him, and he's just watching in horror as She of Cups is literally, her head is back, she is holding a bottle in her teeth, and she is just glug, 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 glug.
At that point, I am going to try and reach for the heavy pouch that is no longer there just to see if I have enough money that possibly would cover that.
And you'd find it gone.
I'm like, son of a bitch. I at this point, I'm just going to like turn to go and like see if find the thief that
You're
stole
turning. You're just gonna hear Skull. I wonder if the innkeeper's going to make an ale run tonight.
Skull's literally standing behind you.
I like you just see the slow turn. Give it back.
You really should pay more attention to your surroundings.
Well, that's what you're there for.
Fair enough. And I'll hand him the pouch.
Right enough. Yeep.
No, I actually looked at Skull. I'm like, want to see how much is in this?
Yes, let's find out. Because I know I have no more money.
I kind of
spent
like
it all on my new weaponry.
I look for the like most secluded corner in this bar,
Yeah, you find one.
and then I just like open it on the table.
There
How much is in
is
this?
100 platinum pieces.
I'm doing like the math. I just walked out of there with 1,000 gold.
I'm just gonna nab one of the pieces.
I mean,
Yoink.
you're well within your right. Pretty sure each of us is gonna get 20. 5.
I'm not going to deny. I'm not going to doubt that one. I can fully agree with it. I just need to make sure I have some coin on me for the moment, in case I want to do some drinking.
You could have just asked.
I could have also just kept the coin purse and never let you know I was here.
Well, the fact that you knew about the coin purse would suggest that you were following me the entire time, weren't you?
I was. I also ran into an enforcer of types.
You know, if you had just told me you were following me instead of taking the coin purse, I would have happily bought you your first round.
I like making points more than I do having drinks bought for me.
So grab a stick and a knife and make a point.
You're gonna hear the soft click of the spear gun, just kind of clicking back as it's pointed down at your tail. Is that enough of a point?
Point taken. Anyways, I'm tired.
You then
I'm
hear
gonna go get-
you then hear footsteps as the front desk clerk appears. Gentlemen, your captain left this for you, and he hands you a key.
I wonder what the captain said for them to be able to immediately identify us.
Something along the lines of the octopus and the snake.
Probably.
No, that was
mean-
exactly it. He says as he leaves.
It would have been
Oh.
very awkward if another Lamia and Cecilian had walked in, wouldn't it?
To be fair, Lamia are kind of a rarity in the southern parts of Vodari, and Sicilians don't really come up to land very often.
Fair points.
God damn, the fucking bartender just dropped 6 octaves. God damn.
You never know in this day and age. But
Anyways, I'm tired. I need to go talk to Niata before I crash out. And have fun drinking with all 10 gold pieces that you have.
I did promise she of cups that I would buy her around.
I mean, you can get properly drunk off of 10 gold pieces. You're just
I
not
look over
drinking
the bar.
the high tier shit.
I look over at the bar. You better buy her that round before she drinks the bar dry.
By the way, she's replaced the whiskey bottle with a bottle of clear alcohol and is again doing the same thing.
Great.
I better get over there so I can even
switched
get a
from whiskey
drink.
to vodka.
Some kind of potato-based liquor, probably.
But I'm gonna head on over and I'm gonna order me a drink.
Yeah, you're able to order you a drink, and Valor, you're the only problem you have is that you don't know where Niafta's and Scram's room is because you didn't see them go into it. So unfortunately, you'll have to wait till the morning.
I will.
Oh.
But I mean, as long as I have pretty good memory, so I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna tie this thing up tight, and just to make sure it doesn't get stolen again, I'm gonna put it under my hat.
Fair enough.
At least until we get back to the ship and we can put it in the ship's coffer.
That's fair enough. So,
And I go to sleep coiled up on myself because beds do not agree with the snake body.
I mean, yeah, most of you would be hanging out of it, but still. However,
Fucking skulls, like sleep on a bed.
Skull, you're able to get yourself a drink, and eventually you're able to, nod off and retreat to the room to go to bed.
How much am I gonna take out for that drink?
5 copper pieces.
And however much I have to pay for one of her rounds.
Yeah, silver then. And you can see there's people who are like, you can see that She of Cups is getting into drinking competitions, and you can see like proper coin being bet. And Tobias is actually like taking bets, and you can see that this is probably how she has supplemented her income so she can keep fucking drinking. She goes to a bar or a tavern where they don't know of her, and they literally bets people of what she can and can't drink, and how much she can drink, and just fucking hustles the shit out of them.
That's a creative way of making money when you can drink anything else under the table.
How many times does she have to go to the bathroom during all that, though? Goddamn.
You do notice that there is and as you're kind of getting ready to toddle off, for the first time, you notice that there is a red-haired tiefling. Though you wouldn't know she's a tiefling from anything but the horns on her head and the tail that's coming off of her, because she looks fairly human, but she is dressed in very odd-looking clothes. But she's just quietly observing and has this playful little smirk on her face as she pulls out a pipe and begins to smoke, just casually observing.
We're all about to get fucking whisked away to the fucking Dark Brotherhood. Goddamn.
I think I'll take a moment and I'll make my way over to her.
She looks up. Ah, hello. How may I assist you this fine evening, Master Scrawl?
Ah, someone else who watches others. It is a
No,
lovely
I'm
name.
someone who knows others. I don't need to watch. Watching is just fun.
We can agree there. And
Voyeurism's a
Would you-
crime.
would you be opposed to telling me what you know of myself?
I know you are a hunter of great monsters, and I know that you are a man of interesting ambitions. And I also know that there are things you want that I could give you.
Well researched. And what would the price be for that which I want?
Oh, pish posh. I don't discuss price, really. It's just that everything is a gift and a curse, depending on your point of view.
A favor for a favor, but you should never take a favor from a Reinhardt.
I am unfortunately not one of that prestigious clan. No, please, call me Madam Red. And she just smiles as she extends a hand. And allow me to show you to Miss Madam Red.
Oh no, she's hot.
Thank you for saying what was going through my head.
I think it was going through all of our heads, to be honest.
I will take her hand and I will give a good shake.
She smiles, and then you see the chair opposite her, like, slide out. Please, sit.
I'll take a seat with her, and as I do, I'll smile politely. And tell me, is there ever going to be any work that you may need in exchange for gifts?
She smiles. I'm not worried about the work. Believe you me, I can give you exactly what you ask for. But again, you may find that your wish is not everything you seem to think it is.
Rarely are they.
After all, look at her. She of Cups. Oh, how she loves her drink, and oh, how she begged me to make it so she could drink and drink and drink and be drunk, but not die of it. And, well, she gestures. Unfortunately for her, she forgot something very important. Once a drunk, always a drunk. Hence her poor conundrum of needing to be drunk almost all the time, or else suffer pretty devastating effects. Hangovers are a nightmare. And of course, what better way than to sober someone up than with a splash? She says, smiling. You watch as she, like, taps her fingernails on the table, and for the briefest of moments, you see long red claws before they go back to beautiful black manicured nails. Oh, how she begged, and oh, how I granted. But again, a gift is a gift in one lens and a curse in another. So tell me, Master Skull, what do you wish?
My wish is to find the one that escaped me. But my wish is not one worth the curse of a gift.
And frankly, I couldn't grant such a large gift, I will admit. But should you have a smaller request, or a smaller desire, for instance, a quiver that never runs dry?
Maybe if I could find a way to remove the necessity of reloading this new spear gun.
I can certainly grant that, she says, smiling.
But a spear gun that never has to be reloaded can never have its ammo changed, nor is it safe to keep stowed.
Now, that's reaching, but not a bad cautionary tale to use. But no, that wouldn't be the fun flavor. Even so, if you choose to ask for that desire, I have no problem granting it. It wouldn't be the silliest or even the smallest of things I have granted. I remember once granting someone a little ball that would tell them the truth if they asked it a proper question. Should I invest in House Tea Leaf? Should I join this band of buccaneers? Am I going to die in this battle? Oh, how it would give them crystal clear answers. Unfortunately, it was never wrong. And of course, you could listen to it or not at your discretion, but alas, certain questions, once they're asked, have a power in the world.
One who can learn their fate with a question never lives their life.
Mm. And also is controlled by the questions they ask. But alas, if you have a request, and if you wish for that spear gun to never need to be reloaded, I can make that a reality.
I'm sure if I ever needed to get a hold of you, it wouldn't be that hard.
Oh, certainly not. Especially if she, and she points to the tabaxi, who has drinking a whole lot of other stuff and now has a small keg in front of her that she's popping open and you can hear chug, 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 chug. If she is with you, I won't be too far once you make port.
I appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. And I'll get up and start making my way upstairs from there.
She gives you a smile. Do rest well. And no sooner have you gotten up and made your way than if you look back at the table as you're kind of going up the stairs and you don't see her anymore.
Oh, devils and demons only appear when they wish to.
And with that, you make it to your room, and you get a good long rest. Everybody gets a long rest. And then you all wake up for the next day. Tobias and She of Cups said they would meet you downstairs in the morning, so I'm assuming you all reconvene there.
Aye, aye.
Niafta, Scram, Valor.
I mean, I am waiting for Niafta, so I might as well go downstairs and get myself some breakfast. In the form of hard-boiled eggs, because snake.
Yeah.
Been a while since I've had some good hard-boiled eggs.
Mr. Scram.
Scram.
Meeting down in the main lobby for the other crew.
Yeah, it's morning. We're doing breakfast.
Is it morning? I want to stay in bed. Can't I just stay here forever?
I know, but the thing is, we might be busy later on. We also might be needing to go places, and breakfast is just from certain time to certain other time, so if you stay here, you're gonna miss breakfast.
Oh, what if we brought the bed with? It's such a little kid thing to say. You hear some silence and then some scuffling, and here comes Scram hugging one of the pillows as he goes downstairs. Ultimate big kid.
I might have to pay for that fucking pillow, otherwise he's never gonna leave.
You know. Presently, though, you all arrive downstairs, and She of Cups is at the bar, and you can just hear her. And you see she still has a tankard in her hand.
Tobias, there it is. He's still down.
He is down. He is down there, but he does not look like he's been up all night. He just sighs as he looks at his companion, and then looks to the rest of you. Ah, good morrow.
Yeah.
And,
I'll take a seat next to the sleeping one, and I'll just order the biggest breakfast that they have.
Sure enough, it is
Good
quite
morrow.
the large
I like-
breakfast.
me, I'm over here like eating hard-boiled eggs. Like one eats a grape if they want to swallow it whole. And how long has the tigress been asleep?
5 hours or so, says Tobias as he checks his pocket watch.
Uh-huh. And about how much of the bar did she go through?
He looks to the bartender, and the bartender just frowns. Half.
Damn. No wonder it
Believe
takes
you
her,
me,
no
if
wonder
she'd
it takes
stayed
her 3
awake, it
days.
would have been the rest.
I know, hence why I slipped sleeping draft into one of her drinks, says Tobias as he sips from a glass of wine.
I kind of lean over to I'm not gonna lean over. I'm assuming he's sitting at a different table. I'm like, how many drafts did you slip the sleeping drug into?
Just one. The
Don't worry
draft
about
is
that.
insanely potent. Yes, I am very sure.
Remind me never to be alone in a room with this guy. Especially if I haven't slept in 3 days.
If you need to
Always be
sleep, I
drunk.
have a sleeping draft for you.
I'll pass. For now.
Fine, fair enough.
Do you have any smelling salts? Because we might need her in about 20 minutes.
He looks at her.
Before we wake her up, we should get more drinks prepared.
I'm sure
To
she'll
always
fine.
be a drunk makes for a horrible headache.
Tobias jumps off of his stool and points his stick at you. Where did you hear that line?
Madam Red last night made me an offer.
Demon bitch! And he starts to angrily chitter and chatter in otter folk. As he's swinging his stick, you also watch as water begins to pool around him and seems to be coming off of him in waves as he is growing more and more upset. Then finally he stops. He inhales deeply all the water on the floor, which basically looks like it just got mopped, but all of it surges back into his cloaks and the folds of his robes, and he just
I'm just slowly eating as he has a tantrum.
I apologize. That woman and I have a long history. A very long history.
Something tells me it's not a pleasant one, judging by the reaction you had, the visceral reaction that you had to even the mention of her name.
Well, Valor, you see, Tobias and She of Cups here seem to be rather close. She of Cups was given a gift. She can drink as much as she ever wants. She'll never die of alcohol. But what happens when someone who can only drink no longer has something to drink?
I mean,
A gift given can be a curse through one lens.
Madam Red gifted She of Cups the ability to imbibe all the alcohol she wished with none of the true negative side effects, and with no death from alcohol poisoning. She can be drunk, however, she must always be drunk. She of Cups didn't start as a drunkard, and when she sobers up, she is in great pain. Imagine the hangover headache that never goes away. The light sensitivity that makes even opening your eyes in a dark room too bright.
and I'm assuming remove curse has been ineffective.
It is not a curse, it is a gift. And he
The
sighs.
thing about curses is they are not taken willingly more often than not. But a gift accepted is still a gift. And if that gift just so happens to have a drawback, it doesn't make it a curse in its own right.
But
It makes me
unfortunately,
wonder what would happen if I had accepted her gift to make my new weapon ever loaded.
Tobias then kind of sighs. Unfortunately, she was not the only one who made a deal. I asked for the gift of water. After all, I am an otterkin, and my mist weaving was not progressing with any speed or alacrity that I wanted. So I asked to be blessed by the ocean. Tobias takes his arm and swipes his staff through it, and his arm hits the floor. And you watch as it turns into a puddle. And it then...
Blessed by the ocean is to be one of the ocean.
One with the ocean. If I am actually in water too long, I may, in fact, lose myself and return to the ocean entirely. I can never swim again. Not in a stream, a river, a pond, a lake, or the ocean itself.
Motherfucker over here devil fruited 2 of his characters.
Well,
Though my control water is very effective.
Well, she told me that should I ever want to accept one of her gifts, she'll be nearby whenever we reach port with this one.
Likely, she was pointing at both of us. Just happened to make you think it was one or the other.
Very likely. As I'm finishing off my food.
Anyways, NAFTA. I did manage to secure you an appointment with the current leader of the House Tea Leaf branch here in town.
After you are muted, by the by. Oh no.
She had to step away.
Aha.
Apologies.
No worries.
Okay.
As I
So,
was saying,
what was it? Oh, yeah. So, does it sound like we have business? Do we stand the or are we in trouble?
well, I was assuming like most people are in the tavern aren't exactly paying attention to us.
I mean, you guys are the only ones in here right now.
Yeah, if
I
they
kind
weren't
of
paying
like-
attention
I
to us,
kind of-
I'd be paying attention to them.
I lift up my hat and put the large pouch of coins on the table. Yeah, she paid us for the tea.
Oh, sweet.
As for the linens, she said she has to inspect them before she pays for them. But
There.
that I kind of like open up the pouch for him. This was 100 platinum coins. He took one so that he could go drinking.
I'm spinning that
Mhm.
platinum coin between my fingers.
How the? You know what? I don't want to know. Anyways, yes. So we are currently 1,000 gold richer, and she wishes to meet. Well, I managed to secure an appointment for you two to meet this evening. After our business has been concluded with the Tobias and she's boss.
But I guess we have something to do. Yay!
And you actually see a dwarf who has entered the inn, and he looks. You are the crew of the Vessi's Mercy, I take it?
And I'm assuming you're our
Yeah,
contact
fire.
for Vardi.
House Tea Leaf sent me. I am the acquisitions expert. I understand you have tea and linens that I am to acquire today.
Yes. I'm assuming myself or Niafta would have been given the key to our current quote unquote shed locker for our cargo.
It's kind of stacked up in general. But yes, you would be able to go and ask for the crates in specific.
I imagine
And this
Fox
would be
ended up
Doc,
staying
right?
out with us and just slept on the cart.
Hmm? Oh no, Fox stayed
The one in
behind.
charge of the car. No, I'm just saying, like, the person in charge of the cargo and the lock and everything.
No, that. So would that be me or Niafta? Like,
Somebody's gotta go with the
I can deal
guy.
with it. Like, I basically have eaten my breakfast, so I can deal with it while you eat.
Could be.
What is there for breakfast?
Yeah.
Eggs, bacon, sausage. There's sausage. There's biscuits and gravy. There's all kinds of stuff. There's black pudding.
Mm-hmm.
I basically just ordered the usual full Scottish breakfast, which is just a bit of everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's black pudding?
Pudding, that's black.
It tastes like meat instead of sweet.
Not me actually looking up what black pudding is because all you fuckwads won't tell what the child is black pudding.
Yeah, no, Skull went to open his mouth to say exactly what it was and then thought better of it and just went back to drinking at that point, to finishing
Oh,
off
it's
his cup.
blood sausage. Okay.
Yeah.
If you
That's
gave
why I
it
said
to
it
Graham,
tastes
he
like
would
meat instead of
cry.
sweet. I don't know who call it pudding.
Yeah, no, it's just called black pudding. But it is blood sausage, and yeah, Skull didn't say for a reason. And Tobias just kind of gently taps you on the you on the shoulder, Scram. I recommend the Scotch egg.
The Scotch egg.
Oh, good Scotch egg sounds so delightful.
Well, what's that?
It's an egg in a very delicious bit of sausage and coated in breadcrumbs and fried up very, very nicely. It is quite delicious.
I could try it.
Of course.
Over here giving the kid that has basically been starved for the majority of his useful life the delicacies that he's never tasted before.
Mm-hmm. And he also, and he smiles, this is also a place to get delicious fruit. So if you have a fruit that is something you've never tried before, I highly recommend. The pomegranates and the oranges are delicious.
I've heard of pomegranates. I was never allowed to have them.
He smiles and gestures and quickly gives a quick order and then hands the guy a gold coin. Well, the tender here, and he gestures to the bartender, will be sure to give you the best pomegranates he can find and some Scotch eggs and a couple other things. Eat your fill and eat as you like, little one, he says, smiling.
There's another thing I've been wanting to try, but I don't know how to get it. It's called a Zusu.
Tobias tilts his head. A Zusu?
Yeah. It's something that me and my siblings had a whole lot.
He tilts his head. Ah! I haven't seen one of those in a while. We can go to the market later and look around.
Not me liking it just because of the name, out of character.
I mean, yeah. But he kind of chuckles and nods before looking to Niafta and then Tobias, or not Tobias. He is Tobias. Valor. Niafta and Valor. Well, let us go to the shed. We can procure the crates for this fine dwarvish gentleman. Skull, will you please keep an eye on cups?
Gladly.
Your mother's making out with the lamppost, says she of cups as she surges up at the sound of her name.
Is she okay?
She's drunk.
Get me a
She
plate
needs
for
to be drunk.
get me a plate for my friend here, and another couple of tankards of ale, or whatever it is you have left.
We still have ale. She didn't want any of the weak shit, according to her.
Well,
weakest shit
I
all she
should
has
know
left.
better.
All you have left?
Yes. We have enough ale, wine, and beer to continue to serve drinks all day, all night for the next, fortnight and then some. Although if she
Mother got
plans...
drunk a lot. We didn't eat those nights.
We may be here for a few days.
You get handed an orange, scram.
Alright. I this is low hanging fruit, but I gotta do it. Graham bites into it like it's an apple.
It's not bad. It's really sweet.
The skin, however, is bitter.
Not really.
Actually, I've had some oranges that had really sweet skin.
And I just see orange juice like dripping down his chin and face.
The inside of this orange, though, is not orange. It is pink. And I'm not like talking about kind of pink. I'm talking pink lemonade pink.
Like a grapefruit.
Almost.
I have to look this up now. Yeah,
But-
all I get are pictures of grapefruits.
But Tobias leads Valor and Nyafta out to the shed. Tells the lad about the crates there, and he and a couple other workers bring them two out. And the dwarf pulls out a monocle. He then opens the one with the T's, and he kind of looks. And, yes, one brick missing. Fair enough. Good. And then he goes to the linens. And you see he closes the lid, and doesn't inspect it any further. He then... Well then. I have been told that you have not looked any further into what's in these crates.
I personally don't care what it is. It's yours.
He looks to you, Nyafta. Fantastic. He then hands you a pouch, Nyafta. This will be more than enough compensation for the finder's fee and for the silence that you are showing. In the meantime, Madam Lang Tea Leaf shall meet you this evening after the sun sets at the Tea Leaf Trading Branch. She expects to see you, Captain, and you, First Mate, in her office so she can discuss future business.
Sounds good to me.
Very well then. He snaps his fingers twice, and a pair of dwarves come running up and load the stuff up onto a smaller cart. Well then, our business is concluded. I wish you all a very fond farewell, and good luck in future trade. And with that, he walks over to the cart and gets on, and they drive away.
As after they drive away, and like they're a fair bit away, lean down in the after. How much is in that pouch?
Let's find out.
Maybe not outside in the town where apparently I got pickpocketed last night by our own crewmate.
Tobias flicks.
Skull sneezes.
Tobias flicks a gold coin to the porters who are there, and gestures scram. And he shoos them away, and they go running. They go off. No, clearly knowing better than to stick around and listen to business that's not theirs. But however, Nyafta, as you're feeling the pouch and you're listening to it, you hear soft clicking and clacking. You don't, and it's not the sound coins make, and the feel is not that of coins. It feels a little too jagged and a little too like bumpy in places. As you open the pouch, I'm assuming you open the pouch, Miss Niafta.
Laura.
Ooh. I got a message from somebody. Ah! My stocks went up at the end of market. Oh. Yes, I play the stock market. Mwahaha.
Laura.
Probably stepped away for a moment.
Oh my god.
But, ah!
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you
Okay.
opening the pouch?
Well, I have to make it like discreetly, right? Because I'm not supposed to open this in the street.
No, you could always head inside and open it in there.
Yeah, yeah.
And as you make your way inside, you guys are, you make your way inside. Scram, you have Scotch eggs, you have fruit, you have bacon, you even have some biscuits with honey butter.
Homeboy, now you're giving him too much. He can't eat all that.
The bartender,
try.
the bartender though has said, "Eat what you would like to eat."
Yeah.
And let me know what you think.
Try a bit of everything and decide which one's your favorite.
Why do I feel like I'm going to be buying bacon tomorrow?
Hell yeah.
He takes nibbles out of everything out of courtesy because he doesn't want to leave anything behind. But goddamn, he is full as fuck after that. Like his tummy hurt, and he not looking to. He looked like he gonna throw up. I want the oranges.
He smiles and nods.
I like more of those.
And sure enough, more oranges are brought.
Wait, not now.
He smiles. You can take these with you, and they can travel with you.
Oh, thank you.
How's your crab?
I forgot what I named my crab. Shit. I should have wrote that down.
What the fuck do crabs eat?
I mean,
I might name him. His name might be Senshi. I might just name him that because I fucking love Dungeon Meshi. Hermit
Dungeon-
crab
Dungeon Meshi?
food. Delicious in dungeon.
Oh, okay.
Because we over here of men of culture use the actual Japanese names instead of the English.
Yeah.
I still have yet to
egg
actually
names.
start that one.
It is really good.
It's so good. I love Laos, and he is canon autistic.
That
And it makes me
surprises
happy.
me
I
not
feel
at all.
seen. There's literally a scene where
They're
he's
all
like, I don't know why I'm like this, I just am. And I'm like, yes, baby, you are! You are!
Me, I
What
like
do
Mr.
hermit
Dwarf.
crabs eat? They eat vegetables, brine shrimp, and types of small fish.
Oh, there you go.
They also can eat various types of animal protein like egg, chicken, beef, insects, crab, tuna, and so the fucking cannibals.
Most animals are cannibals. Some are just
Are
opportunistic cannibals.
Crabs,
Mhm.
cannibals. Oh god, I shouldn't have Googled images this.
So the answer is yes. The answer is you are a horrified yes.
Reddit says crabs will most likely cannibalize if their diet isn't giving them everything they need. Do you give your crabs enough insects? Shit.
Yes.
He likes bugs. Senshi will like bugs.
So again, like I frickin' said, most animals are goddamn cannibals if needed. But anyway, so as you re-enter and as you kind of sit and are looking around and kind of looking at your stuff, you then make sure no one else is watching you guys, and you look into the bag.
Before they open it up, can I take a look around the room just to
Perception.
Disgrace. Oops, that was not muted.
You do not see anyone.
So either there's no one here, or they rolled better than me.
Entirely possible. As you look around and you give them the all clear, or the I don't see anyone. Sure enough, Niafta, you were able to open the pouch.
And what do I find?
You find about 25 gemstones of various types. And they're all fairly well, like, cut and designed and cleaned up. These would be called, they wouldn't be called perfect or flawless, but they're pretty close. All in all, each gemstone, given your, your piratey background and such, you're sure each gemstone is worth about 100 gold pieces.
Sweet. Alright. This is kind of funny because all these new riches come in times in which we have already taken care of what we need with the ship and the restock of food and load up our powder and guns and whatnot.
Yeah,
What are we gonna do with this?
Never hurts to have excess.
But I mean, it's not like we immediately need to make use of this money, right?
No, I don't know of anything you have that needs to be, you needs this money immediately.
How many gems did we get?
30.
30 worth 100 each?
That is what I said.
So 3,000 gold is it's a good amount.
Makes you wonder, though, what was in the crates.
Nope. No,
Right?
it does not.
It does not make me wonder, actually.
The only thing that matters is the coin I have in my hand right now.
Yeah, it just makes me wonder if I can extend this business with these people because they pay good, and I like, you just do stuff, no questions asked, and we get the gold, that's it.
We just got 3,000 on top of the 1,000 that we got, so we got 4,000 in a span of 5 hours.
Just to pretend that it never happened, I'm down. I can live out of this.
Well, to be fair, all we really know about those crates in character is the fact that there was tea, there was linens.
Tea and linens, yep.
So,
and we don't need to know anymore.
That was it. And House Tea Leaf, they're shady people. We all know this. In character, we know this. They basically paid us hush money to give them cloth.
I'm not complaining. I'm just gonna take I'm just gonna take a few more pieces of platinum.
But I mean, yeah, certainly a thing you can do.
Well, I'm gonna make sure that everybody eats good for the next month and a half.
Well, there you go.
Fuck it, we have enough to keep our crew on for 100 years.
It depends on how you manage the money.
I'm just gonna go ahead and nab at least 9 more pieces of platinum just so I have a nice little pocket buffer.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really want to do that in this town, though?
Look at the one who was doing the thieving last night. If anything, I'm gonna end up going to the local thieves guild so I can get to know every single person that might try to pickpocket me personally.
And you're going to enter with a pocket full of platinum?
Yeah, we can just I don't. Who do we want to hold on to this money until we get back to the ship?
Tobias actually looks at you.
Uh,
I mean, you could always leave it in the vaults.
There's vaults.
Oh, yes. Here in Vardi, they have the most secure of vault. Not in timbers. It is known as K&T, but it is essentially what is known as a, I mean, I suppose you could call it a bank of sorts. Literally a place where you can store your money and access it anywhere there's a K&T branch, which is most everywhere. But, or you could hire special couriers from House Flag and have them deliver it to your ship.
I don't know.
Your call.
That all feels too impersonal.
Well, again,
Impersonal is sometimes the safe option, though.
No, well, I don't want to get impersonal with this. I mean, it's our ship's money, bro. I'd rather do this personally, if you know what I mean.
I kind of like tap my breastplate and like. I mean, I could always store it in this.
Raise his eyebrow.
Okay, you. No. Bad calamari.
That's So, I guess we're... No, yeah. No, you don't.
I am less likely to be pickpocketed because most people look for the coin pouch on a belt, which requires pants.
Looks down at my bare legs, looks back up, back down, back up.
I don't have pants.
And I do?
No, but you have... It has to be one of us two. I'd give it to the guy with the tentacles, mostly because he's way more perceptive than I am.
Okay. I still have the idea that we need to secure this.
I mean, we are here for a few days, and I believe I need a pocket watch. Because I don't know
Where
how
are
to
you
tell
going to put your pocket watch? Because I can only have one single image in my mind, and it kind of looks like inserting a coin in a,
Shut up.
arcade machine and stuff.
No, I don't need that
Except
image.
that it's not an arcade machine.
Talking.
Okay.
utterly hilarious. I'm all for it.
Look, there are other places you can put a pocket watch. If I have to, I will buy a belt for the sole purpose of having a pocket watch on the belt.
I mean, you can just buy a vest or a coat, you fucking weirdo.
I wear armor. I am all armor. What do you want me to do with a coat?
You can wear it over your armor, you fucking weirdo.
Captain, though I know you don't want it to be as impersonal, for now while we're here, we can at least store our coin with the bank. And then when we go back to the ship, we can collect.
Thanks also, right? I just wonder if they like collect fees or something.
Do we still have that captain's coat?
I believe we have enough that we could afford any fees. And I'd also like to remind you that we have a meeting with one of the top houses in the area.
Yes, that is very important. Alright, let's do that. Is the bank on the way to our meeting?
The meeting that you have with Miss Tea Leaf is later this evening.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
no need for it. No need to worry about the meeting now. But
I can drop it off at the bank on my way to go to less reputable areas.
however, yes, there is in fact it's kind of in the middle of what's what I'm looking for here?
Lucky.
It's kind of in the middle of the town. Like it's a very obvious building in and by itself. But as your plans are kind of in motion, you guys are able to form a plan. You guys can make your way to the bank and store your valuable profits in the bank vaults for now. Tobias and She of Cups are going to guide you to their employer to deliver the cargo from Pip to their rightful owner.
I'm guessing you've already added this to the... Yep, you have already added this to the party.
Not me.
Way ahead of you. No, that's me. I'm the guy that runs that shit.
And well, yeah, so you guys have, things you can get done, but we will leave that for next week, as I need to go eat. I have not eaten since this morning, so.
Yeah, go eat, damn it.
I just forgot and was dealing with shit all day, and then took a
I
fat
can't
nap.
say anything. I forget to eat all the fucking time.
And I took a fat nap and barely woke up in time for the session. But thank you all.
Wondering why I was the first one here again.
Well, but thank you all so very much for watching. Really, it means the world to me. Thank you for those of you who jumped into the chat. Again, it makes me really happy, and I hope that you guys over at Crow's channel have been enjoying the Vodari games. I know I certainly enjoy them, and I enjoy having Crow here to participate. So, before we leave, of course, I could not do this without my fantastic cast of characters. I come up with, I think, a lot of fun NPCs and a lot of fun stuff, but honestly, they're just not the heart of the game. So, of course, we shall introduce and say goodbye to my fantastic crew. To my immediate stage left is my bruiser, Master Crowlops, playing Skull, our Leviathan Chaser Ranger.
Hi, everyone. Be wary of sticky fingers.
Next to him is the lovely Laura, playing Niafta, the Tiefling Captain of the Vessi's Mercy.
Yeah, I'm trying not to be bossy with everybody, but also try to get shit done. Yeah.
You're the captain. Be boss.
I was gonna say, Niafta is slowly coming out of her shell and learning how to captain. I'm all for it.
Yay.
We have Mr. Scram, our sulky warlock good boy.
Forgive, I wasn't as active, but I got to have some oranges. And I got a bed.
And now has a pillow.
I have a pillow. And I have a hermit crab.
When we meet this young guy's mother, there isn't going to be anything left of her.
There's just going to be violence.
Making bold assumptions around here. But anyway, and last but certainly not least is Mr. Vex playing Valor, our Discovery Paladin.
Hey, I got strengths. I know what I'm good at. And I'm really good at not being able to take hits.
And I, of course, am your Master of the Seas, Dr. John Wolfenstein, do stay tuned and keep an eye out. Tomorrow I plan to stream some more Pokemon Sword starting at 6 p.m. Pacific time. I don't know how long I'll go, but I do know that I plan to stream some more of it at that time. And until then, please stay healthy, my friends.
And remember, patients, it doesn't take a whole lot to make someone's day a hell of a lot better. So get out there and spread happiness like it's a virus. Bye-bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye.